Stop watching video about breakup. This is what we're going to discuss today. You should stop watching videos about breakup. Watch this one though. But there's a reason, and I think you're sometimes doing more harm than good for yourself, for your, actually the chances for you to get back with your ex. When you watch too many videos about breakup, I'll explain everything after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So watching videos, breakup videos, from either myself, I include myself in this, or other people online, you have this feeling of growth, of learning, and it makes you feel good because you start from a point of not knowing why your ex behaved this way, not knowing about the behavior you should adopt, to a place of growth, and you feel like I'm more equipped now than I was before watching this video. Okay? There's also this feeling of control. You know, I have more clarity on what I need to do on myself. Let's be honest, it's also a way for you to keep yourself busy, but in a way, instead of watching Netflix or entertainment, you feel like you're keeping yourself busy watching entertaining yourself, but in a productive way. And last but not least, and I try to do that, it's also one way to boost your motivation, to boost your self-esteem and your confidence. I know, as a matter of fact, because I've been in your shoes, it's very hard to deal with that situation after a breakup. And I try as much as I can to give you that motivation boost, that confidence boost in those videos, in my videos, and I think in other videos as well from other people online. So these are the great things about watching videos about breakup. But there's a but. Relationship recovery, my homemade formula, is more or less 6 stages. You have the breakup, then taking some distance. That's why you have to do, in one way or another, a form of no contact. While you do the no contact, you have this introspection, and then you set up your plan, you implement action, you assess, and you get in touch with your ex, and then you get back together. The 6 is the beginning of another process, but let's zoom in this part. When I help my clients, I help them depending on where they are, each level. The problem is what you're doing right now, and your job and my job, if you want to get back with your ex, is to reduce some form of emotional dependency. This is why it's so hard for you to deal with this breakup. And the idea is you have to go from a phase of, oh my God, it's awful, it's a shock, I'm traumatized, to a place where I don't care. Of course, I exaggerate, but that's the point. Is to go through that process, and perhaps you're just in the middle. Perhaps you're at the beginning, you're still very shocked by this news and you're confused. Perhaps you're towards the end. But I can almost assess, if you're watching this video, that you're not there into the I don't care phase. And this is what you're doing. What you're doing is you get rid of the introspection phase, and you want to set up a plan. You want to implement, you want to get into action, you want to get in touch with them, you want to meet with them. But you still care. Actually, I still care, and I will explain a few examples in a minute. But it does have an impact on things, and it does have an impact when you watch videos. Because introspection isn't watching videos. That's the point. When you watch videos online, including mine to some extent, it will be either about no contact or about what you should be doing. I've seen things around like magic letters or the SMS to rekindle love or manifestation, stuff like that. And you'll get also general tips about, you need to work on yourself, you need to find a new hobby, you need to work out, and stuff like that. I would actually challenge you that, let's say, regardless of that breakup, you have to work on your body. How do you do it? You get a PT, you get a personal trainer, you go to the gym, you do something about it, okay? Right now you probably need some form of psychological help. So get a psychologist, get a counselor. Okay, let me explain you why I'm saying this. Is it what you're doing right now? i.e., are you really working out on the back of those videos? Because I have the feeling that, let's give you the example of someone who wants to be fit and who wants to work out. He'll be reading about maybe sports for dummies or any type of blogs about body transformation. He would watch videos and tips. Then once he watched those things, he would work out, right? And in a way, someone who would work on his body transformation would probably spend 5 minutes of his time learning about the techniques and 95% of the time working out. The problem you have right now, potentially, is that you're watching a lot of videos and it's probably taking 95% of your time in terms of personal growth. But what about the 5%? What about the working out on yourself? Right? And I'm saying, of course, I'm exaggerating. I'm saying like, see a psychologist, see a counselor like myself. You have other possibilities, other areas, and I will detail them in a minute. But it's really about, okay, watching video is great, but it's not reflecting. It's not introspection. You're not doing the work right now. You're learning in, to be fair, kind of a passive way, because watching a video, even though it's bad content, it's passive. But what next? Actually, before I move to the right next, the other reason breakup videos are toxic for you, and I'm actually shooting this video on the back of a session I had with a client earlier today. When you watch videos, again, could be mine or other videos about breakups, you are triggering the exact same area of your brain that would be activated if you see any sort of activities on social media from your ex. And you are bringing yourself back to the relationship. You're bringing yourself back to the pain. And so when you watch those videos, you might feel great, reassured, because you feel like you're learning, you feel you're productive. But what about after? What about after the video? What about after, because sometimes you might be watching a few videos at the same time, and you close your laptop and you go to bed. Do you feel better after having watched this video? I'm actually very curious, so I'd like to ask you, actually, how do you feel? Not necessarily after watching one video, but after, when you switch off your PC, when you turn on your laptop, do you really feel better? Is watching videos helping you to cope with that pain, helping you to go into that and assess, do this introspection work? I am pretty sure, unless it's the first time you watch my videos, it's the first time you watch videos about breakup, I'm pretty sure you know well enough. Taking the example of the guy working out, when you work out, you need to learn 10 exercises or something like that, and then you do them, right? Now it's time to switch off your screen, not yet, and do some introspection. That's the point of my video. After this video, maybe do this. You close your laptop, you switch off, and you take action. The problem is, and that's why you're probably not doing it, it's kind of boring and it could be a bit overwhelming. There are so many things I want to learn. How do I keep a journal? What are the questions I should ask myself? How can I be self-aware? Because it's very hard, answering the question of who you are is extremely complex. And that's why most people would tend to watch the videos, but it does pay off. You need the right support. You need the right tools. This is not a quote, but a feedback from a recent client that I have on Facebook. And he says, I can talk to someone rather than keeping it bottled up. Because it's probably what you're doing when you're, passively watching videos. Of course, there's the part about the knowledge. And I've learned not to overanalyze things, listen more to my partner, and not get upset easily. But it's more about how you can bring that knowledge, exchange with someone, And it doesn't have to be me. Let's be fair. You could be your local therapist. It could be another coach, whoever you think is the best fit for you. And not that I'm trying to really. The idea when I onboard clients, I also make sure that they're a good fit. Let's be honest. A coaching relationship goes both ways. And one of the things that I assess when I get people on the phone, I assess their motivation. And to be fair, because I've done in the past thing like, oh, that person might not be entirely motivated, but okay, let's try to help them. It doesn't work. And it's a waste of time for me, it's a waste of time for them. So there's also the importance of, when you're looking for someone to help you, assessing whether you're a good fit. I know some people wouldn't necessarily like my style. Some others would like to work with me. It really depends. And the same for me. If I feel that I can't really help you, I will tell you. Okay, so it's very important. And by the way, if you want to get in touch and have a chat with me, there's a link to book free 15-minute calls. And I use those calls to assess your situation, to discuss about how we could work together. And also, yeah, so it's a kind of an interview that goes in both directions. But it's just to see you later. Of course, I'm going to be mindful and try to do other types of videos that you could be watching and learning. I'm also working really hard on creating a library of resources that you can access, where you can learn about nonviolent communication, attachment styles, and other aspects of relationship and personal growth that are not necessarily about breakups, right? And so there's the magic of introspection. It will allow you to release yourself from those painful thoughts, that pain, that you suffer on the back of this breakup. Also, finding peace with yourself. It is so important, and understand yourself. Okay. If you have any question, as I discussed, if you want to get in touch, if you want to thank me or whatever, don't hesitate to ping me either on WhatsApp or book a call with me. I'll see you. Well, I hope to see you, because I told you to stop watching video about breakups. But nonetheless, I hope to see you face to face on a call, ready to take action, ready to move forward, ready to really use that breakup and learn from it and grow from it. Because you are, my job is to bring you from a passivity to something more active. So, see you on the phone. Take care. Bye.
igetmyexback.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.